feel like you're just drowning in information, new tech terms flying around constantly, and you just wish someone would cut through it all and tell you what really matters for, say, your business or even just you trying to keep up, stay ahead. It can be, a lot. That's pretty much why we do this. Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we are jumping right into something that's not just tweaking things. It's genuinely revolutionizing how businesses connect with customers, how they drive growth, boost productivity. We're talking AI, specifically generative AI, and its impact on marketing and sales. Our mission here is to unpack how this stuff is moving beyond, just buzz and becoming a really essential tool, especially now in this digital-first world. We've looked at recent reports, expert takes, trying to get the full picture of the opportunities, sure, but also the challenges and maybe some clear ways forward. So yeah, the big question for this deep dive is, how is generative AI fundamentally reshaping marketing and sales? And maybe more importantly, what's that mean for your business? And honestly, for you as a consumer, too. Let's get into it. AI and machine learning, they've been around, pushing the envelope for a while. But what's really jumping out from the research is how they talk about generative AI. It's not just another update. They're calling it a real step change evolution.
And it's getting easier, cheaper to implement, right?
Yeah.
The speed, the complexity, it's way beyond what people can do alone.
Yeah.
In this digital-first world, it feels like these things are becoming, table stakes almost.
Yep.
What's driving that big leap, do you think?
Well, it's interesting because a lot of you listening are probably already using Gen AI, maybe without even clocking it. Think about, those online chat bots that can actually write pretty decent text, or image generators spitting out pictures super fast.
Yeah.
At its heart, generative AI uses these sophisticated algorithms, and the key thing is it generates new original stuff writing, images, audio, based on the data it was trained on. And that's a big difference from, let's call it traditional AI.
Okay.
Traditional AI, usually it's trained for one specific job, needs lots of human hand-holding. And if you want it to do something else, you pretty much start over, retrain it. Gen AI uses these deep learning models, sometimes called foundation models or FMs. They're pre-trained on just massive, massive data sets.
Which makes them incredibly adaptable. They can tackle a whole range of tasks without needing specific retraining for every single one. It really is a fundamental shift in our relationship to artificial intelligence.
And the money pouring into this. It's kind of staggering. One thing from the research that really stood out was venture capital investment in AI. It's grown, get this, 13-fold over the last 10 years.
13-fold, wow.
Yeah, and what that really translates to is fuel. Just an explosion of usable data you can actually, do something with, get insights, make decisions.
Absolutely. And if you look beyond just the data, there's the tech side too. Since 2012, think about this, there's been a 1,000,000-fold increase in computation capacity.
1,000,000-fold.
Yeah, doubling roughly every 3 to 4 months. That kind of power is what lets these models actually crunch all that data and learn so fast. It's a crucial piece of the puzzle.
So beyond the investment, the actual impact is starting to become clearer. The research suggests something pretty surprising. Almost a fifth of current sales team functions could be automated.
A fifth.
Imagine freeing up that much time. And it's not just efficiency, right? It's about meeting customers in this everything, everywhere, all the time world, the omnichannel expectation.
Right, seamlessness.
Exactly. Customers expect everything to just work, whether they're online, in a store, on their phone. And that leads right into hyper-personalization, which isn't just like putting first name in email anymore.
No, definitely not.
It's about delivering truly unique messages for individual decision makers based on their needs, their profile, what they do, what they've done, even predicting what they might do. And AI lets companies do this at a really granular level. It's changing B2C, but also B2B outreach, going way beyond account-based marketing, which used to be the peak of B2B targeting.
So the natural question then becomes, how does all this actually translate into business results like right now? What the sources point to is that Gen AI is really making waves in 3 main areas for marketing and sales. Through the customer experience or CX.
Okay.
Driving real growth, top-line growth,
Great.
and boosting productivity across the board.
Okay, let's break those down. Customer experience, CX. How is Gen AI really elevating that? Is it just smarter chatbots, or is there more to it?
Smarter chatbots are definitely part of the picture, yeah.
Yeah.
But for CX, Gen AI really unlocks hyper-personalized content and offerings. It uses that individual customer data, behavior, persona, history to tailor everything. The content they see, the offers they get. It feels like it's just for them.
Making it relevant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the chatbot support becomes much more contextual. It understands the conversation better, feels more natural, more helpful than those, clunky old systems. Plus, it can offer real-time next step recommendations during an interaction and even have businesses map out dynamic customer journeys. It's about understanding and guiding that experience in a much more sophisticated way. Like every touch point is custom built.
That sounds huge for loyalty, keeping customers happy. But what about the growth side? How does Gen AI actually speed up, top line performance, make the numbers go up?
Yeah. For growth, it's incredibly powerful. Let's take dynamic audience targeting and segmentation. Gen AI can crunch massive amounts of data demographics, customer data, market trends way faster than humans. It finds additional audience segments that maybe weren't obvious before.
Ah, finding hidden pockets.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And then the algorithms can just whip up personalized outreach content easily and at scale for those new groups. For lead identification, it's a big step up from traditional methods. It finds subtle patterns in customer and market data for really advanced segmentation, which tends to lead to, genuinely high-quality leads.
Better quality, not just quantity.
Exactly. And then there's marketing optimization. Gen AI is brilliant at this. It can run rapid A/B testing of various elements, page layouts, ad copy, SEO strategies, using predictive analytics to figure out what gives the best ROI. It can even automate whole lead nurturing campaigns, tweaking things along the way.
That's pretty amazing for reach and impact, and sounds super efficient too, which brings us nicely to productivity. How does Gen AI actually free people up? The sales teams, the marketing folks?
It helps a lot, mainly by automating many mundane sales activities.
Right.
The repetitive stuff.
Right, the admin burden.
Exactly. Which means sales teams can spend more time with customers and prospective customers. That builds better relationships, and it actually reduces the cost to serve as well.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Instead of spending hours writing individual follow-up emails,
Yeah.
the AI does it. Hyper-personalized, sent out instantly at scale. What could your team do with all that extra time? Probably build those deeper connections, right? Not just click send. Beyond emails, you've got that contextual chatbot support we mentioned, a 24/7 virtual assistant giving tailored advice, even real-time negotiation guidance and predictive insights during a sales call.
Wow, like a co-pilot.
Sort of, yeah. And it continues after the sale, too. Personalized onboarding support, chatbot FAQs for quick answers, even continuous churn modeling to help spot customers who might be thinking of leaving so you can step in.
Okay, so it's clear this isn't just about, shiny new tech. It's delivering real business value. And the feeling among commercial leaders seems to back that up. The sources say they're generally cautiously optimistic. They expect at least moderate impact from using Gen AI.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is where their excitement is focused.
Yeah.
It's heavily on lead identification, marketing optimization, and personalized outreach.
The front end, mostly. Prospecting.
Exactly. Prospecting and lead generation, which makes sense, right? Given the sheer vast amount of data on prospective customers available now and how hard it's always been to personalize that initial contact effectively at scale, the research actually found something pretty striking. 90% of commercial leaders expect to utilize Gen AI solutions often over the next 2 years.
90%. That's not experimentation anymore. That's mainstream planning.
It really is. Shows this is becoming core strategy, not just some side project.
Okay, high adoption expectations. But what about the bottom line? Are companies actually seeing a return? What kind of, quantifiable benefits are we talking about? Are there caveats? Is it the same everywhere?
The numbers are pretty persuasive, though they are broad averages, of course. The research suggests that players that invest in AI are seeing a revenue uplift of 3 to 15%.
3 to 15% revenue lift.
Okay, and a sales ROI uplift of 10 to 20%.
Wow. That's significant.
It really is. Now, obviously, the exact numbers might shift depending on the industry, how mature their AI use is, how well they implement it, but the overall trend is strong. Investment is paying off. It really highlights that this isn't just about saving time. It's driving measurable growth. And if you're curious about what the winning companies are doing, the ones growing market share by 10% or more each year, they're not just dabbling. They have clear AI visions, clear strategies. They're putting serious money behind it, more than 20% of digital budgets in AI-related technologies.
20% is a big chunk.
It is. And they have dedicated teams of data scientists running algorithms, optimizing pricing, things like that. Their strategists are constantly looking to the future, planning out even simple Gen AI use cases to try next.
Okay, so the benefits, the optimism, the path of the winners, it's all becoming clearer. But getting that value at scale, especially with this AI-powered personalization, what does that really take? Because the sources are pretty clear. AI-powered personalization isn't just nice to have anymore, it's a business imperative.
And it's worth asking why it's an imperative right now.
Yeah.
It's because consumer expectations have shifted dramatically. Get this.
Huh.
Over 75% of consumers are turned off by content that doesn't feel relevant to them.
75%, that's huge.
It is. The demand for relevance and authenticity is just shooting up. And frankly, both are becoming non-negotiable. Think about a market like India, for instance. You mentioned sources talking out over 4,000 dialects. If you're a global company trying to operate there, and you're not communicating in a way that feels right, feels local, you're just going to lose out to competitors who are making that effort. AI is what makes meeting that incredibly high bar possible, consistently and at scale.
That really puts it in perspective. So how do companies get beyond just like isolated experiments? How do they achieve that value at scale? Sounds like it's way more than just buying some new software.
Oh, absolutely. Buying the tools may be the easiest part. The real differentiator for companies getting value at scale, they're rethinking workflows from the ground up.
Okay, rethinking workflows. What does that involve?
It means really looking at how work gets done, redefining roles to match how marketing gets done with AI, making sure the AI tools can actually talk to each other, making them interoperable across systems, and critically building real capability across teams, not just, handing over a new tool and expecting magic. You have to train people, support them. And the very first step, honestly, it's deeply understanding your current workflow in a really structured way. Lots of companies skip this, but you can't transform what you don't understand. And one thing that comes up again and again for these new workflows is the need for modular content.
Modular content.
Yeah, breaking content down into smaller, reusable pieces like building blocks that AI can then assemble and adapt for different audiences, different channels. It's fundamental for scaling personalization.
That definitely sounds like a big organizational change is needed. What kind of internal setup or alliance makes this kind of transformation work best?
Well, personalization, especially when it's powered by AI, is inherently cross-functional.
Yeah.
It has to be. It touches everything from how you talk to customers to what products you offer.
Right, it cuts across silos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The research points to needing an alliance of 3 at minimum: marketing, technology, and product teams working hand in glove. But honestly, you also need others at the table. Legal and HR are critical.
Legal and HR. Why them?
Well, legal helps navigate all the tricky stuff: data privacy, content rights, setting risk boundaries. And HR is essential for the people side, redesigning roles, figuring out new skills needed, managing the change as AI impacts jobs across the company.
Okay, that makes sense. This all sounds incredibly powerful. The potential is obviously massive. But there have to be downsides, right? Hurdles. What are the main risks companies need to watch out for here?
You're right, and commercial leaders are very aware of this. When asked about barriers, the top thing they mentioned was internal and external risk.
Risk? Like what specifically?
Concerns range pretty widely. Things like IP infringement. Is the AI generating content that copies something else? Big one. Data privacy and security. Are we handling customer data responsibly, especially feeding it into AI models?
Yeah, those are serious concerns.
Definitely. And it all points back to the need for strong human oversight and accountability. You can't just let the AI run wild, which, again, might mean creating new roles, new processes, specifically for managing AI safely and ethically.
Absolutely crucial. So for a company listening thinking, okay, I see the potential, I see the risks, how do we start? What are those first practical steps, the no regrets AI strategies they can implement now?
Yeah, the sources offer about 6 pretty clear actions that are relatively low-risk ways to get started. First, conduct a Gen AI audit. Basically, look at what you're already doing commercially, check your current tech, your team's skills, and explore some of the open source or low-cost Gen AI tools out there. See what's feasible.
Okay, step 1, audit.
Second, form a commercial Gen AI task force. Get a dedicated cross-functional team together: marketing, sales, pricing, IT folks. Have them specifically look for opportunities in your business.
Got it. Task force.
Third, identify low-hanging fruit. Find those simple, high-impact use cases that are also low-cost and low-risk, like maybe automating first-draft prospecting emails. But, and this is key, put clear guardrails in place from the start.
Low-hanging fruit with guardrails.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Fourth, once you have a couple of ideas, launch a Gen AI experiment. Or maybe 3. Pilot them. Target specific use cases. Track the results carefully. Learn and refine. Don't try to boil the ocean.
Experiment and learn.
Fifth, Train your sales team on Gen AI basics. Run some workshops. Get them comfortable with the concepts. Show them how it might help them. This builds confidence and encourages them to experiment too. Makes them partners.
Empower the team. Okay.
And finally, number 6, establish clear Gen AI guidelines for your sales team. This is super important for managing risk. Things like absolutely prohibit putting sensitive customer or company data into public AI models, and set a very high bar for verifying any output from AI before it goes out externally. Check. Double check.
Right. Clear rules of the road.
Okay.
Those 6 seem really actionable. So let's wrap up this deep dive. Generative AI, clearly, not just hype, it feels like a genuinely disruptive force in marketing and sales. It's becoming essential for that hyper-personalization everyone wants, and it's driving real gains in customer experience, growth, and productivity. But it's not plug and play. It demands real strategic change, rethinking workflows, building that cross-functional collaboration we talked about. Yet, despite the risks, there are these clear, no-regrets ways to start moving forward. Hopefully, this discussion helps you see why Gen AI isn't just a buzzword. It's a proven tool that's actively reshaping the commercial world right now.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with. Given how fast AI is evolving, doubling its power every few months, remember, and how high the bar for personalization keeps getting, how will your organization continuously adapt? How will you keep rethinking those workflows to stay relevant in a world where customer expectations never stand still and AI just keeps getting smarter?